Hello, I'm Marine Tanguy, and I founded the art sector leading talent agency. I'm also the author of a book called The Visual Detox, which is very much a reflection on the amount of images you consume daily and ultimately how they shape you.
And the first thing I wanted to ask you is, where did your interest in art come from?
I think I am more connected at large to our visual environment. So everything we look at daily, I'm incredibly sensitive visually. I need natural light. I take certain streets. I've worked and curated my entire life around the visual environment that I want to be in. And so I think art was a natural progression from that, because ultimately artists are like the most inspiring visual thinkers, one that can turn a visual environment to be even more inspiring. And I think that led me to thinking, how can I support them better? How can I support them to create projects that will be inspiring millions of people on a daily basis?
What led you to found the MTART Agency?
So I've been in the art world for 15 years, which is not getting me any younger at this stage. I was the gallery manager of the guy who discovered Banksy when I was 21 years old, who's called Steve Lazaridis. And that was really inspiring because ultimately this were a lot of street artists. There was also JR and Connor Harrington. Something with street artists, they engage in much larger audiences in the art world, but they also position a lot of those conversations right on the streets. And I love that. So as I was running that gallery, I was approached by an investor that was based in Los Angeles to open my own art gallery in LA. So I moved from London to LA when I was 23. And that's very much as I was exposed to the talent agencies that you see in LA, who are building the reputations of talents, but also kind of putting talents together and creatives together to like create the most amazing, powerful projects, that I thought actually my relationship with the arts is not to just sell paintings on the walls, but it's actually to really truly back the artists, to make sure that those artists work together and that we get to integrate their art in all everyday contexts, whether it's through public art or brand partnership, digital, and even in movies.
So how would you describe your style and what do you think it says about you?
I think I love the idea of flexibility and the fact that, whether it's the clothes I wear or whether it's the jewelry that I wear, they can be part of every aspect of my life. And the beauty I feel of women today is that we can afford to have multiple personalities. So as a personality, I will be the one with my kids, and also the one running my office and running my company. This identity is mixed in a single day, and it means that the jewelry that you wear, the clothes that you wear have to go with it.
You said that art is universal. Do you believe that applies to jewelry too?
I think any creative expression is universal, but I think it's a language of, again, that creative expression. I feel I'm constantly in conversations with creativity. So whether I walk through the streets and who has designed those buildings, who has thought of the streets visually, up to even the flowers that you have in the park, to what someone is wearing, to the art that you will see everywhere. It's the ability to see that all of this were creative expressions, and those together are making the world way more interesting.
Tell us about some of your favorite Kiki pieces that you've selected.
One of the stones that I most prefer is blue topaz. I think my relationship with blue goes quite a long way, because blue is a color of trust, but actually when it comes to topaz, it's actually also the color of energy. It's the fact that you are very active and that you're very visionary and that you will go and take a lot of initiative. And that combination of something so calming as blue and so trustworthy with that energy is something that I relate and connect to very deeply. I also love that, I read recently the article that out of Instagram, we now go for beige and whites every 2 seconds, but actually the celebration deeply of colors and not dropping how incredible it is to have all those colors around us. And we know that color therapy is something that's deeply effective. And I mentioned earlier on how important for me it was to be flexible, but ultimately all those pieces can go from night to day. Like you can remove some of the earrings and the drop. It's perfect for a lot of the life that's very active.